What's good, everyone? It's Steve from Sneaker Tech Talk, back with another video today. And for today's video, I want to take a look at the recently released Air Jordan 3 White Cement Reimagined. So without further ado, let's get into it. So as far as the box goes for the Air Jordan 3 Reimagined in the White Cement, you do have a standard Air Jordan 3 box with that oversized Jumpman logo on the lid. And then on the bottom portion of the box, you do have that cement print. And then my size tag does read Air Jordan 3 Retro, Summit White, Fire Red, and Black. And I did get these in my true to size 10.5. And then opening the box up, you obviously have the shoes, but you also have a pamphlet, the Air Jordan 3 pamphlet. Opening that up, it does have some tech details and just kind of what you're getting with the Air Jordan 3 as far as the midsole, outsole, and the insole as well. So that's kind of a quick breakdown. So pause the video now if you want to take a read. And then also in the box, you do have some cement print paper right here. So that's just a quick breakdown of the box, and without further ado, let's get to the shoes. So just really quickly before we cover the 2023 pair, I just want to mention that these have released several times before. So they did release obviously originally in 1988, and then the first retro released in 1994 with the Nike Air on the back, and then in 2003 we saw a retro with the Jumpman logo on the back of the shoe. And then again in 2011 with the Jumpman on the back of the shoe. And then in 2013, we did see the 88 retro. It had some improper details as far as having Jordan on the bottom, and then just a bunch of other stuff that I wasn't really a huge fan of. I did pick those up, but I ended up letting those go over time. And then we saw a pair in 2016 or 2017, the Free Throw lines, and the Justin Timberlake pair of the Tinkers there as well, with the Nike swoosh on the side of the shoe. And then again, finally here in 2023 with the reimagined Air Jordan 3 in the white cement. So as far as this retro goes, in my opinion, it's one of the closest that we've got to date as far as the 1988s. It does have that slanted toe box, and the back of the shoe obviously has that Nike Air. Now, one of the problems with the 2013 pair and the 94 pairs is the black portion was just painted over a white portion of the heel tab. So it was just black paint over top. Whereas this one, as you can see, it's black all the way through for the Nike Air. So that is true to the originals from 1988. But overall, it's a pretty clean pair. Obviously, I kind of have to address the elephant in the room. A ton of people have been complaining about the White Cement 3's Reimagined series here with the quality control issues. Now, I'm happy to say that I have two pairs, and both of my pairs are absolutely flawless so far. So I really don't have any gripes, but we'll have a quick look at this pair here. So starting at the back of the shoe, you do have that kind of cream heel tab with the Nike Air at the back. And then moving your way down from that, you do have the elephant print at the back that does wrap around on the lateral and medial sides of the shoe. You have the black paint here at the back, and then kind of that off-white or eggshell portion just below that with the aerosol unit. Moving your way up from that, you do have the leather upper, which in my opinion, it's a pretty good leather upper here on the reimagined Jordan 3s. Really nothing to gripe about. I'm pretty happy with my pair here that I have in hand. And then down by the toe box, you have some more cement print with that slanted toe box, very reminiscent of the 1988 pair. And then the eyelets up here are also kind of that eggshell color as well. So it kind of has that pre-aged look. I'm not a huge fan of it, but I'm also not mad at it because it kind of gives you that vintage vibe. I know a lot of people either love it or hate it. It's kind of a 50-50 as far as I've been seeing online. More or less the same on the medial side here. And then the tongue, they did kind of roll back the top portion so you can't see the liner anymore. So it's a very clean look, and it's actually the same look from 1988. So definitely a great job from Jordan Brand there. These also do come with that hang tag, which is more or less the exact same from 88 with just a little plastic portion here. So not the metal portion, but it's all plastic all the way through, which is definitely a 1988 vibe in my opinion. And another thing that they did get right with this retro versus all of the other ones is the padding on the ankle collar. It's very much toned down and sculpted for your ankle, which is exactly how the 1988 pair was. So I have held a 88 pair of the black cements, and more or less it's exactly the same as this here, where it's very sculpted for your ankle. And then inside the shoe, you do have a polyurethane insole, so it's very padded, very nice stepping comfort right off the bat. And that also has the Nike Air logo at the heel. So overall, I think this is a very clean retro, a very good job as far as the material usage. Again, I know there are a ton of mismatched pairs out there. I did see a pair, I think it was a grade school pair, where the left portion of the heel tab was a Jumpman and the right was a Nike Air logo. So I don't even know how that happens, but I'm happy to report that the cement print is pretty much more or less matching on my pair, on the heel and on the toe as well on both shoes. So I think my pair is pretty flawless and I'm not too upset, but that's not to say there are a ton of pairs out there that aren't. So we'll take a quick look at the right shoe, more or less the exact same. Some pretty nice leather on the upper and on the toe box. So it's pretty consistent on my pair. On both of mine, I do have a couple more coming in, so definitely want to see how those turned out. On the outsole as well, you do have the Nike on the bottom. Again, the 2013 pair had Jordan on the bottom, so it just was not as good as far as all the details go. So I'm very happy with this release. So let me know down in the comments what you guys think of this release of the Reimagined series. Would you guys prefer just to have a standard white midsole, or are you guys a fan of that pre-aged kind of cream look here on the back tab, midsole, and eyelets? So let me know down in the comments what you guys think of these. Did you pick them up? Do you think the $210 price tag is justified? For me, I think it's pretty steep, but I was happy to get a pair or two for retail, so I'm not too mad at that. But we'll take one last look at my right shoe. Again, more or less the exact same as the left, so not too mad with the pairs that I received thus far. I just really quickly wanted to cover some material on the Air Jordan 3. So I think this is issue 22 from Soul Collector back in 2008. There is an Air Jordan 3 portion as far as what has released. So back in 88, you had the Fire Red 3s, Black Cements, True Blues, and then the White Cement Grays. And then here is a quick breakdown of kind of what was coming out around that time in 88, and kind of a tech breakdown for a visible air unit, encapsulated air sole unit in the forefoot. They were for guards and light forwards. The original retail price was $125 USD, so we've seen a pretty large price jump here in 2023 for that $210 price tag. But this right here is an original pair from 88. And then some Fire Red 3s. And then also Slam Kicks brought out this Jordan 3 issue here. So here's another pair from 88 as well, with kind of almost an inspiration of what we got here in 2023. MJ in the dunk contest. Some more original pairs, the White Cements, True Blues. These need a re-retro. The 2016 pair was a complete abomination of a retro. Just horrible quality. They ran short and just not worth the price tag at all. Black Cements, I would love to see these in the Reimagined series as well. I'm not really mad at what they're doing, so I think Jordan Brand did a pretty good job here in 2023. And one last thing I just want to cover is there are lots of photos of the 1988 pairs. So I know a ton of people really like the really thin cement print on the toe box, and I'm one of those people. I really enjoy that look. My pair isn't overly thin, but MJ actually wore a ton of pairs back in 88 that were either thin elephant print at the toe box and or thick. So there was a variation even back then in 1988. And with the cement print as well. It's not supposed to be completely identical in my opinion, but obviously if you get a pair that kind of matches up, In my opinion, it's a good look, but I know I've seen a ton of pairs where one shoe was super light elephant print and then the other was super dark. So I think it's a little annoying, especially for the price point that we are paying for these shoes. And I know there are a ton of different factories that actually these shoes were produced in. As far as this pair here, mine was produced in the LN4 factory. So I'm not sure if that plays a factor in the fact that I got a pretty clean pair. But again, I'm not mad at the pair that I have in hand here. But as always, let me know what you guys think of this shoe down in the comments. Did you guys pick them up? Did you pass? Did you miss altogether? As far as the resale price right now, they're going for about $280 to $290 USD, around $400 here in Canada. So definitely better than the Reimagined Air Jordan 1 Chicago's. Those are still going for a hefty price tag of around $600 here in Canada. So let me know what you guys think of these down in the comments. Just wanted to cover these real quick and just get some thoughts on my pair and kind of what you guys went through as far as the release date and if you secured your size. So that's going to do it for today's video on the Air Jordan 3 in the white cement Reimagined pair here. Let me know down in the comments if you guys were able to secure a pair and your overall thoughts on how the release date went. As always, thanks for watching today's video. If you guys want to check out my Instagram, it is over at 23mj88. It is an extension of my YouTube channel with all my pickups, basketball footage, and nostalgia as a whole. As always, stick around for the end of the video as I will have an on-foot look here of the Air Jordan 3 white cements. But as always, thank you for watching today's video, and until next time, peace.
Look, I'm in line with the stars, I'm in sync with the earth. 10 toes deep, flower child from the turf. I never switch sides, like even when I die, I'ma ride for the squad, let her ties in the hearse. I've been on the vibe, kinda hard to describe. I'm in between, I'm good and it's fine, but I'm tired of the grind. Then I come alive in the night to realize I'm in the middle of the time of my life. I never so packed for the stack, never lied on the rap. Got a bag from the way that I write it. Queen looking Tyson, do that ass survive, doing 80 to the house. Then I hit her to the sky, change haters on a tirade. Talking to their grip in the face, be still, let that hate stuff fade. We all want the same, we all want a meal in the safe. I wanna live like I'm trying to reach enlightenment. Trail spill from my lips, feel big from the bib. Take a sip till I pass out. Try and get grit, but it don't make sense. Cause you can lose life